James plays game.
That's me!
Can I help you?
Help me! Help!
Awesome! Way to take care of that tool.
All right, my little lamb chops. Where should we go next? New Orleans would be sweet this time of year. What, with Mardi Gras going on? But Vegas has it going on all year round.
Hey everybody, welcome back to James Plays Tony Hawk's Underground 2. We are back in Thug 2 Remix for the PSP, and we're going to the final exclusive level for that version of the game. Vegas, baby!
And now you're rolling with us to Las Vegas. Vegas, baby!
Don't be blinded by the bling. We've got to stay on target in this town. We've got a lot of ground to make up, so let's destroy these fools. And remember, if a tourist asks you for a trick, make sure it's with your board.
Now, Vegas is actually a unique level compared to the other ones that we've played in story mode, because aside from training, it's the only other level that takes place indoors. Every other place has had you skating around a representation of a city, or in the case of Australia, a continent. But this one takes place entirely within a casino hotel, which, you know, is a good representation of Vegas, so that's fine with me, but it's unique. We're going to be picking Chad Muska as our pro teammate this time. Just no real reason other than I feel like he's been left out, and I want to include him. So this level, I've actually had quite a few problems with. I've had gaps be a real pain to clear, which I just think is a design issue, but then I've also had goals which just won't work sometimes. And that could be the way the game always was, no matter how you played it, or it could be an emulation issue. So I'm going to reload this level, just to make sure. Alright, there we go. Because of the way I have my save state set up, I could not do that outside of recording. So, yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully that addresses the issues that I was having, and if not, well, I guess I'll get to share that little bit of fun with you guys soon enough. But here we are. It's good. I'd say it's a good representation of what you might find in Vegas. A little bit of class, a little bit of flash. You know what I mean? Very gold. You got the green rails with the dollar signs. Very Scrooge McDuck. I like it. But I also kind of wish that they had went real stupid with it. You know, like have you inside like giant casino games and stuff like that, and like everything's oversized. Think like Casino Night Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? But no, this is fine too. You know, kind of boring, but fine. Anyway, we are gonna start off with a couple of gaps. There's Tony back there, and there's a door behind Tony. And there are some quarter pipes on either side of that door. And we want to hit a grind on top of the edge here. And clear that gap. Just let the momentum take you across and land in a grind on the other ledge for ledge hop. Come on over here to these rails, which end in a very dangerous corner. Like, ouch, I could just imagine somebody just tripping and conking their head on that. That's not good. That's a lawsuit. Oof. Anyway, do a little bit of grinding, jump, clear that, land in a grind on the ledge for rail to ledge. That brings us around over here, and we're going to do our first goal, the wall gap challenge. We need to start a grind on the rail, and then do a little bit of wall riding and grinding on these wave lights to make our way across. We could land it, but I'm going a little bit further there to trigger that 3 o'clock gap. Now, the way I understand it is you have a rail over here just like you did on the other side. And you have this space here and then you have this little ledge. And as long as you grind enough of this ledge, clear that gap, and land in a grind on this rail, or vice versa, you will get that 3 o'clock gap. There's Tony again. Gonna pop on down with a spine transfer right here for the lots mo money. And here's an elevator for the high rollers room. We don't have enough money, so we need to get money, and we will. But first, a couple more gaps. Hopefully, maybe. This area is probably one of the worst I've experienced in this entire game. And it's going to get a lot worse. Like, this isn't bad, but it's probably one of the more annoying sections. Later on, we're going to have an absolute devastatingly annoying gap and goal to clear. But yeah, we've got these little light ropes here, and this car. And the first thing we're going to attempt is to grind up this rope and get launched up, land in a grind on the rail above. So I'm going to drop first of many save states for this level. There we go. The KAP gap. What makes that so frustrating is just being able to get the right momentum to land on this rail. Sometimes you got to get off your board to kind of course correct. Sometimes that's not good enough. You can fall short. You can launch really far. And it's just always very difficult for me to temper my speed momentum, especially with full stats, you know? Anyway, we're up here. We're going to do a spine transfer down to the giant novelty slot machine, which I think is for the car. I think you use this to win the car. Wonder how many, wonder if it has bulletproof siding and a bunch of, screens in there, and it's louder than a Metallica concert, you know? There's Chad. We will get to him in a bit, but more gaps. We have two that are the real big pain of this section. This section being this one particular section of the level. We need to grind up the light rail and land in a grind on this little metal ring surrounding the showcase, and that will get us up and around. Then there's another gap where you grind this ring around the showcase, and you need to jump off and land in a grind on the light rope. And this is a very small circle, and you can go very, very fast, and it's a very small window on being able to jump off at the right spot to land on the rope. We are going to try first to get up there, which again is similar in difficulty to the KAP gap. So, once again, save state. There we go. We got up and around. As you saw, I got off my board to course correct because I just kept getting too much force and kept overshooting this ring here. So now we are going to try for the around and down. Let me actually kind of come back a little bit here. And we're just going to do a grind from a standing position like so. That should keep us nice and slow going around. And then we're going to slow it down even further with focus mode. Save state yet again. Alright, there we go. First try, actually. Beautiful. I hate to abuse save states in my playthrough of this, but some of these things, they just... I cannot do them consistently. I know what I have to do, but, you know, it can be like, I can try it 10 times and only get it one of those times. So, better to do it that way than show horrible, embarrassing failure. Now let's come around here. I think... Yeah. We've got lots and lots of slot machines, and you can see them lighting up, and then the lights disappear. We need to ramp up 5 slot machine sets while they are flashing. And there's also a few gaps for us to get along the way. Over here, the right side, we are going to go up and then kind of come down at an angle for the cash advance. We also got a couple of our slot machines for our trouble. And now we are going to try for a lip trick that doesn't always want to register for me. There we are, cash lip. Beautiful. Go ahead and gap between these 2 sets of slot machines. For the nice transfer yo, we got ourselves another lit up slot machine. We'll come down here, and here's another set of slots. And we can just go up 1 and come down the other. For the ka-ching gap. And we also hit all 5 slots that we needed. Go ahead and take a look at the text. That's just letting us know we do have access to the high roller room. Before we go over there, we're just going to go ahead and hit one more lip trick, this time on the low wave-light here. Or just grind, and then do a whole bunch of mid-air jumps. Okay. Game, you are silly. There we are. 2 lip. Now, go ahead and lower this. And, oh, there we go. Got to hit that button. And up here is the high roller in the high roller's room. How about that? We're not going to switch to him just yet. We're just going to let him hang out here. Going to get a gap up here. There we are, the big winner. And then we got to find ourselves that button again. It's right to my left. We want to lower the elevator again. This time we want to get on the top of it as it's coming up. Got a little bit of a bowl here on top. As you can see, there's a ladder. Go up the ladder. And there is the maintenance worker. Just chase him down. And he is very unhappy with his job. Very unhappy. Very unhappy. Alright. Now he's done. He had a lot to say. But he lowered this ladder here, which will give us easy access to that section of the level. We come right on down, and right over here is where we started. So, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Head on back down, and we want to lower this elevator again. And then we want to go back up here. We're going to do another goal, the dollar acid drop. You can't actually do that while the elevator is raised, because you need to acid drop into the top of the elevator. Just go ahead and get onto this. And for some reason that slowed down and wasn't registering any inputs. It's one of the quirks of this level, I guess. Like I said, I can't confirm if issues like that are the result of the emulation, or if this is how the game played on the PSP version of the game. But I've not had any other problems until this level. Let's hope that isn't an omen of things to come later on. Let's try this again. There we go. So you're supposed to acid drop out of a grind from there. By the way, in case you didn't quite register what you were seeing there, that is a lighting rig in the shape of a $sign. Hence, dollar acid drop. Gonna go over here. And you may or may not have noticed it before, but there is our arcade machine. Same one as in Barcelona. I guess this is just a very popular game. And we need to get over 800,000 points in a minute's time. It starts us off up here, where we did the wall gap challenge, or rather where we finished the wall gap challenge. So we're just going to do some grinding, wall riding, and flipping to get over this way. Maybe a special or two to get our points up. Now we're in this bar fountain pool area. And we just want to do some spine transfers between the pools here. To get pool to pool, and then pool to pool, both spelled differently. And maybe get some more points. Not quite enough, but we'll finish up outside. Okay, we've got a bunch of pools out here. We're going to go into this little figure 8 pool. We're going to spine transfer into this section here. Finish up our points. There we go. So that was the righty gap for launching out of the pool with a spine transfer into that little glass area. And if that was the righty, then you might expect that there's a lefty, and sure enough. There we go. Let me out. Let me out! Okay, phew. So that takes care of that. Now we've got a pool here. Big pool. And we need to break the diving board. Now this is very difficult to do, so just try to watch carefully, and if you're playing at home, just hope, cross your fingers, that you'll be able to replicate this, because it's very hard. I don't even really know how to explain it. Okay. Go ahead and get ourselves another gap. We want to launch out of this pool to a pool that's on the lower level there, that the slide is going to. So we want to kind of aim just to the left of that slide. And you want to launch out by holding up and then acid drop into that pool. Here we go. Angry Monkey. There's the 2 exclamation points that make him so angry. Get ourselves a little pop gap over here. Very similar to the ledge hop we started off with. Then we've got some vent ramps. And excuse me one second. Okay. We have a billboard up there. Dieter and Reginald and the White Chimp. So we want to hit this at an angle to launch us up there. And then spray paint. Beautiful. Jump off over this way. Oh, we fell on the lower level. Gosh darn it. That's fine. As you saw before, it's no big thing to get back up there. To just 5 seconds of my life I'll never get back. We have a bunch of gaps. We are actually going to end up back down there soon enough. We want to start in this pool here. And you're going to spine transfer all the way down to this bar area and land in the pool. Then you're going to launch over the bar and then go up the other side, launch up into the air, and spine transfer into the pool over there. And that's going to be Captain's Crash, Bar Hoppin', and Reverend's Requiem. If it looks difficult, it's because it is, but it's going to get even more difficult in a second. So once again, it's time to drop some save states. Go ahead and build up my special meter here. Then we're going to just try to launch ourselves. Going to use focus to try to maintain some sense of spatial awareness. Here we are. Captain's Crash, Bar Hoppin', and Reverend's Requiem. Now, we're going to go ahead and utilize these vents again, but this time we're going to go a little bit more straight towards the bar area. We're going to launch, then we're going to acid drop to the far side of the bar, launch ourselves up, and spine transfer into that little pool where we started before. Going from the pool to the bar gets you Captain's Crash, but going from the bar to the pool gets you Captain's Triumph. And it's a little bit difficult to do because you have to get the right angle for it. Just top off my special there, and yep, once again, you know what time it is, right? Okay, there we are. Oh, let's actually land this, please. Alright, there we go. Captain's Triumph. We're still not done up here when it comes to gigantic, ridiculous gaps that kind of suck. This time, we got this pool again. And we are going to spine transfer down into the bar area. And that's going to get us the high-low gap. Then we're going to launch across the bar long ways, and acid drop on the other side for soaked. Then when we're over there, we're going to launch back over the bar, and there's some sort of booster, which will actually give you a lot of momentum. And we're going to acid drop over on the other side again, use that momentum to hit this ledge here that you may or may not be able to tell is a ledge. And that will get us Light Lip. Then we're going to do that again, but instead of doing a lip trick, we are going to spine back into the pool and get us low-high. So, you got all that? If you didn't, don't worry. You're about to see it in action. Just go ahead, fill up our special again, just in case we need a little bit of focus, because these big jumps like this, it can be real hard to maintain your bearings. Okay, here we go. Acid drop. We got soaked. Now come back the other way. Acid drop. Launch up. Light Lip. No reason to hold it any longer. Come back over this way, and once again, we're going to launch ourselves. Acid drop. Big ups, and over. And that gets us the low-high gap. Now, we are now done with the Robo-Wizard for the time being. So, let's go running back, because this is Tony Hawk's Pro Runner. Hit that elevator, go back to the High Roller's room, and switch over to our cowboy friend. Wherever he may be. Oh, yeah. That's a new warning. Sooner we're done with this level, the better, right? We don't have to do too much with this guy. We don't have to worry too much about gaps and things with him. We just really got to focus on his goals, because we did so much already with our Robo-Wizard. Kind of front-loading things just to make it a little bit easier. Especially because this is a part of the game that starts to get a little bit nasty with me. As you saw with that slowdown. But alright. We need to do a combo on the elevator. Doesn't matter how big a combo, just as long as we're in a combo while we're riding up the elevator. So go ahead and land it. Alright, that's good. Now I'll go ahead and head back down. And we have these roulette tables. Big roulette, but not big enough for my taste. But we've got the spin for big points. And we need to do a 500,000 point combo on the roulette wheels, exclusively. You can't do anything off of the wheels. So they kind of kick up at the end so that you can clear the gap and grind the next one and just keep going back and forth in a loop. And every time you grind a roulette wheel, something will happen. There's a blue text. It's not actually a gap, but it looks like one. And it's called bling. And you can get up to 4 blings each time you grind a roulette table. You can also lose blings. So you're actually kind of gambling with your multiplier here. Like if I get 4 blings, then my multiplier goes up by 4. If I lose 3 blings, then my multiplier goes down by 3. And so you just want to try your best to rack up your points. And not screw up. So, this is one of those things that does like to screw up, though. So, once again, you've seen the other videos I've done on this game. You've seen how little I abuse save states. You know, I try not to save scum. I try to show some semblance of skill and, you know, show off that I've practiced these levels, that I've memorized these levels, that I might even be good at games. But this, I mean, just being able to clear the goals, having them actually register correctly, is a challenge in itself, on top of some very difficult gaps. And that's just where we are. There's just, you know, so do forgive me. Excuse me. Okay. Go ahead and try to get this to register correctly. As you see, we're blings, we're losing blings, we're gaining blings. And I'm actually going to slow things down here. Make sure I keep going nice and straight. Show off the special grind for the high roller, the rodeo grind. Get a couple more specials in here, too, to keep racking up the points. There we are. We're getting close. In fact, that should do it now. Let's just try to land and survive. There we go! Alright. That definitely did not take 4 tries to get to register correctly. I think if it's not, you know, some kind of ghost haunting my file here, what might actually have been screwing me up is doing a no comply or a boneless into a grind on the roulette, because that might actually count as a trick not on the roulette wheel. And so it would not register that I got the points all entirely on the roulette wheel. But, you know, I've had previous theories on why things don't work, and they did not pan out upon review, so we'll see how that goes for me. Anyway, I hate this with every fiber of my being. The Nada Spin the Post goal. We have to Nada Spin 5 posts in a single combo. Fine, except it's so freaking rare for me to get this to work. Maybe it will this time. Maybe it won't. But what tends to happen is, you're doing it all in a combo, and it will note how many posts you've hit. So it'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and land it. But sometimes it'll say 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, land it. Even though it didn't count 5 for some reason, it like screws up in that regard, but it'll still note that you hit 5 in a combo, tell you to land it, or I could keep going and try to get that number to say I hit 5 before landing it. And then you land it, no matter, however I try. And it will then say, no, I didn't do it. It'll say I only hit like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, not 5. And then all subsequent attempts will not work, no matter what. You have to reload the level and try again. You need to actually leave the level, come back, and try again. It's very strange. So, my special meter ran out while I was talking there. But sometimes I just gotta vent. Sometimes you need to know, how the sausage is made. I need to give you a good look at my sausage. Okay, 1 of 5 done. 1 of 5 done. 2 of 5 done. 3 of 5 done. Now land it? No, I don't think so, you dirty liar, you. Now land it? 4 out of 5. We'll be right back, everybody. Alright, that worked, despite it not registering the first Nada Spin. Maybe this is just like a cursed post or something, I don't know. We'll go ahead and check out this text message from Paulie, talking some smack. Oh, great. Let's go do something to relieve our stress of having to do that level, or do that goal. Smash some bottles over some security guards. Let's go ahead and grab some bottles. You saw our first target. We passed them. Now we glass them. Gonna go ahead and head outside. But just a quick check. Oh, okay, perfect. There we are. They wander around, so sometimes they're not exactly where you expect them to be. That guy can be downstairs, for example. So that worked out nice. Speaking of downstairs, now we can actually go there and hit the last 2. We'll just hit that guy again for fun. We got the bottles to spare. Speaking of bottles and coming down here, may end up seeing a little bit of slowdown again, because that's, yeah. Hopefully not. But it has happened, and then the slowdown immediately stops once I get rid of all my bottles. But nope, no problems this time. Just get rid of these, and there we are. Alright, beautiful! We somehow managed to do our first half of the goals. So, next time, we will attempt to escape this hell dimension by doing the rest of our goals. We'll switch over to Chad, he's got the worst of it. Oh, I'm not looking forward to it. And then we have the maintenance worker, and sweet, sweet release from whatever is going on with this level. Okay? Okay. I love you. Mwah. Bye-bye.